Now it's time to go behind the story, featuring the leading voice of one of today's top topics.
All right, and we want to welcome in two familiar...
You stole my line, but
go
ahead.
Did?
Mike,
oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't even see it, Mike.
Go ahead.
My bad. Time to welcome in Art Oligeri and Paul Vojtek, Vice Chair and Chair, Millcreek Government Study Commission. Do you want to ask the first question?
No, go ahead.
Sorry.
You're
I didn't
already
see you
rolling.
up there, for goodness sake. Well, we appreciate you guys being here.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are wrapping up in November, but already you guys have made a recommendation, and it was unanimous.
Absolutely, it was unanimous. 7 people from 7 different backgrounds. We all arrived at the same conclusion after 5 months of intense, I'll say that twice, intense study. It was unanimous. Council manager form of government.
Well, what kind of feedback are you getting from the public when you talk about this issue?
It's been mostly positive, Mike. You know, there's a lot of questions. You know, it's kind of, we've been operating, you know, out in the public, but yet not glaringly in the public. So a lot of questions, but I think people respect what we're doing. I think they're going to respect our recommendation, and hopefully, you know, when it comes time in November, they make a choice based on what they know. You know, it's up to us now to educate the public based on what we did, as Art said, over the last 5 months, to educate the public on what we saw, and hopefully, you know, they agree with our findings, and then we'll go from here in November.
Paul, talk to us a little bit about sort of that intense things you guys have looked at for the past couple of months here, because you've gone to different townships, talked to different managers, supervisors. Just talk to us a little bit about what all went into that.
Yeah, we had a subcommittee that interviewed up to, I believe, 7 outside communities, all second-class township, you know, townships. They talked to managers, the elected board that most of them have, as well as employees. And we also then interviewed some of the folks at Millcreek. We interviewed the supervisors, some high-ranking employees, you know, to see what's going on, how things work in Millcreek. And we also, in addition to that, we looked at Millcreek's in-depth into their audits and their budgets and things like that, just to see how they compared with the other townships, what these other townships might be doing better than Millcreek, what Millcreek might be doing better than other townships. And as Art said, it was unanimous. It was pretty obvious that that there was a better way to do things than what we're doing right now.
Gotcha.
So we know how quickly November is going to roll around. You talk about educate the public. What's the biggest point you want to get across?
We want to let them know, first of all, we did a very, very in-depth study. We are now very knowledgeable. Despite some recent criticism that there was no study, there was a study. And the more we studied and the more we analyzed and the more we compared, the first thing we really realized was all the other governments are doing something different. Millcreek is the only one using this form of government, and you have people out there that think that we're right and the other 25 townships are wrong, and that's not the case. And we've looked at some of the practices they have, and the more we studied Millcreek, we did run into some irregularities that the other townships didn't have. And so we need to communicate that. We have 5 months to communicate, 4 months to communicate all that information.
Art, we take a look at the study that was done years ago, and nothing really came of it. What kind of momentum do you think you guys have right now, though, with this current study?
I think we're doing a good job, and the media is doing a good job getting the word out that something is going on. And that's really important, because some people are saying, well, what's going on? Some people didn't know about the government study, but we're bringing to light something that's particularly important to taxpayers, what's happening in their government. And when you talk to the taxpayers about the taxes they pay, suddenly they start to listen. And there's some really, really important things, irregularities that have happened. And we just need to communicate those to people, that there is a better way. Sometimes as we're talking to people, we've had some voters say, there's always a better way. That's right. There's always a better way. And so it's our job to make sure we communicate that. We have 7 really hard-working commissioners that are really going to make this happen.
Did you want me to say, gentlemen, thanks?
Your name is there.
Art Oligeri, Paul Vojtek, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. Have a great 4th of July, too.